We should sell this coconut and be rich as.
But we only get a couple of bucks.
A couple of bucks is better than we got now.
Where's the customers?
We need some tourists over here. We should make an ad to tell them, Mate Taki, it's all good here, bro. Kia ora ana. Here are the top 10 reasons to come to the Cook Islands. Number 1, we're so friendly.
Kia ora ana. Kia ora ana. Kia ora ana.
And everyone makes the place so nice for you. Don't just take it from me. Meet Brian. He's a tourist. He came here and celebrated his 21st with his cousins. He's having so much fun, he hasn't even left. Brian, how long have you been here? What do you love most about the Cook Islands? Well, words can't describe it. And number 2, we're just like that famous island, Ireland. Everywhere's green as.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
We also like singing songs and do our own funny
From
dancing.
glen to glen and down the mountainside.
And at the end of every day, a pot of gold.
And all
Number 3, there's no crowds. Meet Terry, the strongest person in my village. She's so strong, she can tear this phone book in half.
It's not that hard. Only 12,000 people live here.
See? As easy as a holiday in the Cook Islands. Number 4, fresh food is cheap as. Kia ora ana, auntie.
Kia ora ana.
Check this out. You get this banana, these 2 avocado, all for $5.
Here, have another one. Take it for your mama.
But auntie, I'm trying to visualize a hypothetical calculation for the tourist.
That's the one.
Number 5, a rare natural beauty. My science teacher, Miss Bitey. Number 6, it's so easy to get anywhere. It's just 32 k's around Rarotonga. Sonny here will demonstrate. Getting anywhere takes no time. From the plane landing to the beach, just 30 minutes. How did you stop for a haircut, bro? It's hardy as.
Like an island, George Clooney.
Number 7, there's heaps of stuff to do. We've got snorkeling, diving, lagoon tours, fishing,
Rope swing! Woohoo!
mountain biking, jungle trekking, kite surfing.
Hot out, pimped up crab racing.
Woo!
Check out my jacuzzi, bro. Come on, Turbo. It's off.
Woo! Hey, your pimped out crab racing is stink. Tourists are sophisticated. You know what our best attraction is? Number 8, Aitutaki, the world's most beautiful lagoon. It's a beautiful...
Don't spoil it.
Number 9, it's the most romantic place in the world.
Kia kia o ia koe, maine. e raro e te maramu.
Cheers. Brian, you're not romantic, bro. Finally, number 10. Our coconut store is natural, refreshing. It's got your name on it.
How many of these do I have to do?
Get busy, bro. Once this ad gets out, the tourists are gonna be flocking in. Anytime now.
Pulavinaka, my name is Saini. In Fiji, we're dedicated to upholding health and safety standards through the Care Fiji commitment because we care about our home, our people, and you, our visitors.
So, as we get ready to welcome you back to our shows,
we've established globally recognized testing, tracking, and prevention measures, strengthened health and hygiene policies across the nation, and trained our tourism industry to uphold safe best practices.
We hope you'll join us by following a few simple steps. Before your trip, if you feel unwell, we'll still be here to welcome you when you're better. Check for any testing requirements prior to travel. Download the Care Fiji app prior to your trip. Practice physical distancing. Carry a face mask for use if required.
Holidays are a little different this year, but the weather is still warm and our smiles are just as big. You can have a relaxing and safe holiday in Fiji. We can't wait to welcome you back.
Bula, my name's Alana and I'm here at Natandola Beach, one of my favorite places to come. It's a beautiful beach. We have the sun, the sand, and the ocean air. And today I'm going to practice some mindfulness. Maybe afterwards, I might even go for a swim in the ocean here behind us. We'll start our mindfulness session today by finding a space, probably about the size of a yoga mat. And we'll come and stand in the middle with our feet about hip-width apart. We'll relax our shoulders down, keeping the belly drawn in, feeling the spine nice and long. And just to get rid of any restless energy we might have, we can just slowly swing our arms from side to side. Might feel a little bit funny. And then we can give our hands a bit of a shake. And then we'll relax our hands, palms down by our side. Feet still hip-width apart, and we'll bring the palms to face forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears again, lengthen the spine tall, and we can even close our eyes just for a couple of breaths. Feel how the balance of our body is centered evenly through both feet. We'll take a moment also to notice our breath, drawing the breath in through the nose and exhaling. We'll open our eyes. And now we'll bring in some movement with the breath. So we'll start by taking a nice deep inhale, reach the hands up above our head, our palms to touch, and exhale slowly, reaching the fingertips down. We'll take another breath in. Breathing in, really filling the lungs as our hands come to touch, and exhale. Slowly arms back down by our side again. We'll take another nice deep inhale, drawing the breath in, still through the nose, eyes looking up towards the fingertips if the neck allows, and exhale. Hands resting back down by side, and we'll take a last breath. Really reaching the fingertips out so we feel like the arms are nice and long, and exhale very slowly for our last breath. Our arms coming to rest by our side. On the next inhale, we'll bring our hands to our hips. Our feet are still hip-width apart. And we'll keep the belly drawn in, we'll slowly fold forward, and you can keep the knees bent so we take any pressure off our lower spine, our hips. Now the hands can reach the mat if you can, or the floor, but otherwise you can also rest the hands just above the knees or on the shins, whatever feels more comfortable for you. but it's just a slow forward fold to let the body relax. You can bend through the knees a couple of times, and then we'll bring the feet slightly wider apart. You can keep the hands on the mat to help balance, and slowly bring the hips down for Malasana. Now, if this is a little bit challenging, you can also just come to seated on the mat, but otherwise you can use the hands on the ground or the mat in front of you to help balance. But otherwise, if the elbows are to the inside of the knees, we can bring the hands, palms up into prayer. Let the hips sink down. We can draw the belly and lift the spine up nice and tall, keeping the shoulders relaxed. This is a really nice way just to stretch out through the hips, bring some movement to our hips, especially if you've been sitting for long periods of time or standing for long periods of time. Take a nice deep inhale and exhale. We'll bring the hands, palms down to the mat, and then find it slowly and comfortably. Come down to a seated position. You can come into Sukhasana, either cross-legged, kneeling. We'll bring our hands, palms to rest on our knees. Our palms can be facing down, or palms can be facing up. Again, whatever feels more comfortable to you. Our belly is nice and relaxed. Our spine is tall. Our shoulders are rolled away from the ears still. And we can keep our eyes open and gaze softly at a point in front of us. So we let the gaze soften so that we're not intently focusing on something. It's just a nice soft gaze so that our face can relax, our eyebrows can lift, our jaw can relax and soften. We can close the eyes if you like, if that feels more comfortable. And we'll bring our focus to our breath. So as we draw the breath in, we'll breathe in through the nose, feeling the lungs fill. And we'll exhale. Noticing each breath as we inhale and exhale. So we're really observing the breath. We've come from some movement to bring warmth and energy to our body. Now coming to a seated position, helping develop our focus and our awareness of our breath. And next we'll move into our mindfulness. If you're comfortable sitting here in a cross-legged position or kneeling or legs extended, you can stay here. Otherwise, if you would like to lie down on the mat or on the ground, you can as well if that feels more comfortable to relax for our mindfulness. We'll start by bringing our focus back to our breath again once we're in a comfortable position. And we'll just take a moment to become aware of what's around us. We can even visualize that we're here at the beautiful Natandola beach, the lovely green grass surrounding us, the lovely blue ocean behind us. We can feel the breeze passing through our hair, over our skin, around our body. And we can hear the breeze rustling through the trees, even some birds around us. We can hear the ocean lapping at the beach behind us, a few waves off in the background. We can be aware of all these sounds, noises, senses around us. So bringing our focus and attention to one point. And this takes practice because our mind will start wandering off. And that's what we normally do. That's what we practice doing each day, is multitasking, not practicing focusing on one thing for an extended period of time. So it does take practice. Be patient with yourself and take time and breath. If you feel any frustration, make sure you just inhale and exhale. Try and relax our body so that we don't hold any tension. If you like, here we can close our eyes or keep your eyes open, and we'll begin our practice of mindfulness. I'll start by talking you through, and we'll finish off with about 30 seconds of mindfulness in silence. So becoming aware of what's around us, letting the body relax, the chest relax, our belly soften, our shoulders relax, our eyebrows lifting, our jaw softening. We can feel now that the breath becomes very natural, very easy, very comfortable. And we'll notice our thoughts. Where are our thoughts wandering to? If they start to wander off and make lists, just gently put those thoughts aside and bring our focus back to our breath, observing and noticing each inhale and exhale. Notice if you are holding on to tension anywhere in the body, perhaps our knees, our hips, our shoulders. Make sure we soften these areas, that we keep an observation of our body the entire time as well. Once our breath is nice and relaxed, our mind is focused on a single point, we'll start our 30 seconds in silence. We'll begin now, and make sure that you keep your focus on the breath, each inhale and exhale. We'll slowly bring our thoughts back to our breath, just in case our mind has wandered. And we'll take a nice deep inhale, drawing the breath in, filling the lungs. And as we exhale, letting the body relax. We can let our hands, palms relax and soften onto our knees a little bit more. And just get a sense of our body, how we feel right now. We feel nice and calm, relaxed. We feel as if we're really here at the beach, enjoying a peaceful day, the breeze in our hair. And just remember how comfortable we feel, how peaceful our mind feels. And remember that you can return to this feeling anytime you wish. You can practice mindfulness anytime you want. You can use these visualizations anytime you need. Thank you very much for joining us today and joining me in Natandola Beach for our mindfulness practice. Have a wonderful day.
Do you miss them?
Yes, definitely. I miss all the guests.
Yes, of course.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, apart from like seeing our returning guests, familiar faces, which is always good to see.
The presence, just them being here, it's different. It's a lot quieter without our guests.
I miss dancing on the beach. That's yeah, what the kids.
I miss all the kids. Because that's my favorite, and the oldies.
Yeah.
Once you get to the kids and the mamas and papas, the whole family's
Yay! Just interacting with people and sharing our culture with them is something I really miss, and it's something we love to do here at Little Poly. So.
Cleaning the garden. School in the morning, garden after school.
Yeah.
So we're just doing some construction over here, refurbishing the resort and helping around whenever I can. Different from what we used to do, but at least something to motivate yourself to make sure that when they come back, everything is 100% beautiful and ready.
I'm being projected to the housekeeping department and I check the rooms.
We're basically setting up so that when you come back, we are going to be brand new. So we've done a couple of renovations here and there. One particular project that the team, the main team here at Little Poly is part of is the renewal of our fencings that separate the rooms. So it's a real long process. So the fencing is made up of kidia wood. You have to cut the tree down, soak it. I think you've seen it in our stories.
Please
come back to Pacific Resort Rarotonga. We are waiting for you.
Kia ora everybody. To all our guests over there that is already missing us, we also miss you a lot. We're just here, we're okay. We're preparing ourselves to bring the whole resort for your next visit. And don't worry, we'll still be waiting for you.
For our returning guests, we miss you. We miss seeing you. For those guests that will be part of our family soon, hope to see you on this side of paradise. We're definitely ready for you. And yeah, we're ready to share our culture as well.
Here in Fiji, we are blessed with a pristine environment. So the freshest organic produce, superfoods, and the freshest seafoods are in abundance here. Today we're going to cook vegetarian. So if you're a vegan, vegetarian, or you just love fresh vegetables, Fiji has a world of exotic produce to offer. It's our soil, it's our air, it's our water that produces some of the most delicious tasting vegetables. One of them, at the moment, seasonal. When I first saw these, when I came to Fiji, I thought someone was selling umbrellas. But this is a product of the cane industry here. This is called daruka. And daruka is unopened flower of the young sugarcane shoot. We peel the first layer off and then we grill them slowly over hot fire, and they burn. And essentially what happens is the flour inside steams and it cooks inside the sheath. So once that's done, cut these open. What I absolutely love about cooking vegetarian food here in Fiji is it's seasonal, and we still are very fortunate to eat seasonal. So this is the flour at the very bottom, see that? It's got the flavour of cauliflower or asparagus. It's got the texture, very crumbly texture. We need to take out the middle stem, and then we're going to cook with that. So what I'm going to do is a daruka salad. Daruka goes really well, just cooked gently, and then I'm going to mix it with other vegetables. Our vegetable from the sea, this is nama, our sea grapes. Some people call them sea caviar. These are a family of the seaweed. High in all sorts of nutritions. We traditionally eat this with the seafoods in coconut milk, but as a vegan dish, this works really well with the daruka as well. These are already cooked. We peeled these earlier. Give it a nice brown coating on the outside. I'm just going to give it some colour in the pan, and it has the most unusual taste. A buttery cauliflower with nuts. That's the sort of the flavour profile of the daruka. And when it's seasonal, you just drive down any of the streets in Fiji, you can see them on the side of the road. It's about $6 to $10 Fijian. A bundle like that can feed the whole family. It's still steaming hot, so we don't eat that centre stem, as I showed you before, and it's very crumbly. So this also works well in saucy dishes. The daruka acts as a sponge, and it will soak up all the sauce that you put with it. So whether you cook it with creams or coconut milk, and I don't need to tell you the fibre content in this is what makes this one a really big winner. When you come to Fiji, you've got to try daruka if it's in season, if you're lucky enough. I've got the otter, which is the ferns, which we've used before. These are just raw, so just washed and raw. The salsa, a typical Indian edition, salsa, onions, tomatoes, some spring onions. This is just fresh coconut milk. Try and get a really thick coconut milk. The way you can tell on the tins is you look at the percentage of water and coconut extract. The higher the coconut extract, the thicker the coconut milk. As a dressing, I want it quite thick. Some lemon, touch of salt, that's all it is. So this is what we call here a michi dressing, and this is the typical dressing that we would have with seafoods, meats, raw meats. I haven't added any salt to this dish, and the reason is this is where the salt's coming from, the sea grapes. So you're going to get that burst of the ocean, saltiness in there. If you've never had sea grapes here in Fiji, just imagine caviar or fish eggs, that texture when you bite them and it crunches, that's what this is. And so it doesn't matter what time of the year you come, you can always get sea grapes. At the market, Sue, this is the fermented coconut. We call it a kota. Sour, our version of the yogurt, but with coconut. As a different texture, as a different flavour profile on the plate, these are really perfect. You go to the markets, you can get the sea grapes, you can get the fermented coconut, a little bit of dried chili flakes, some coriander or cilantro, a touch of lemon. So you can see why I love cooking in Fiji where I've got access to such fresh produce. This is my Daruka sea grape salad. Delicious. We can't wait to welcome you back to our shores.
Kia ora, from our little paradise where everyone is welcome like family. Like any family, there are house rules. So listen to your aunties, Let's talk about road safety.
Yeah, listen. Don't make me use my jandal.
She never misses.
I'm watching you.
In our little paradise, we drive on the left-hand side of the road and always wear a helmet. And there are speed limits. Auntie?
I'm on it.
We're on island time now. What's the rush? Please, no faster than 40 kilometers per hour in our towns and villages. And 50 kilometers per hour is the top speed anywhere. And all drivers need a current international driver's license or a Cook Islands driver's license. And remember, slow down to 20 kilometers per hour in school zones and 30 kilometers per hour in Muri and in town. And above all, it's a serious crime and dangerous to drink and drive. She never misses.
Always get my man.
Sala failo umotu te paile tu asibi o polute o te loa tua le la aulea o le nonu o le la aule sua malie Dei o le suka mai fiti o lo o tupo ane I apia italane o le fale mai
Oh, I could dance all day, but we've got a show to do. Le whatalofa, ma whaafela yatu I lau maimo mai Samoa. O le whapoponga, ma o le whaiunga fuele nei, o ta whaonga, mai moa ma moli mawina le la lei o Samoa. Oh, it has been an amazing journey touring our beautiful Samoa. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. We bring you today our finale of Tafaonga, experiencing our beautiful Samoa. I am Nivigilo of the Savai'i Samoa Tourism Association. And to help me with our tour today is our guest tour guide, Mr. Setisa of Lelangoto Resort and Spa. Talofa lava Seti.
Talofa lava
Malolo soifua.
Malo lava and talofa Samoa. It's my pleasure to meeting you, Nive. You look gorgeous this morning.
Thank you, likewise.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now before we start our adventure today, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Nive. I'm Setisa, working here at the Lelangoto Resort. This is my 12th year in the resort and I love the industry so much.
But what does our itinerary look like for today?
Oh, thank you, Nive. It's going to be a long one. We have the Mata'olelelo, we have Mountain Tawanu, and the Dwarfs Game. And you will see a lot more in this tour.
Well, we should get started then.
All
Let's
right,
go.
then. Why not? We're here at the Mata'olelelo, where one of our famous legends took place, Sina and her year.
Please tell us about the legend behind this site, Seti.
It's a long story, but I'm going to brief you about it. Anyway, it's about this the Sina and her parents, they were staying on the other side of the island in a village of Tanga, the southern part of the island. They had their pet eel. And then the eel was so ferocious, was trying to bite the girl as well as Sina. So they decided to run away. And they came to this village because this is the village that belonged to the father of Sina. When they got here, it's a long trip. They sent Sina down to the water spring over here to fetch water for them. To the girl's surprise, when she got here, the eel was already here staring at her. She was so mad and angry, and she swore at the eel. The actual word that she swore, the people of the village named that bull according to those swear words, Mata Olelelo. If you say these words to someone here in the island, you will get a black eye straight away or get into a big fight.
Can I say it to my boyfriend though? He's Palangi, so...
Just say it to your boyfriend, not the locals. You will get a black eye straight away to the locals around here.
Oh, what an interesting legend, City. Are there any specific rules for our visitors to know?
There are a lot, but just to name a few. Ladies are not allowed to swim in this pool.
The first
this
pool?
This one is for the men only. If you're caught during the curfew time swimming in here, you will be fined 10 tala.
10 tala.
That's a lot of money. Oh, Nivian, look at the water. It's bubbling up from the underground, the spring. You know, a lot of people, they fetch their water bottle from here, and the village people, this is their drinking water.
Can I do my washing here though?
If you're caught doing your washing in here, they will kick you out of the village. Oh, Lily, this is one of the famous phenomenon in the country.
How is that so?
Scale. I just want to brief you about the story. It's a long one, but I'm just going to brief it to you.
Please do.
It's about a hunter from the village. He was craving for pork, and he came around here hunting for wild bear. When he got here, his dog disappeared. He was very mad because he was relying on the power of the dog to sniff the pigs for them. Anyway, when a dog came to him, it was barking and barking. And you know what? He was so confused by what he saw. The dog was very wet and covered with white sand. Anyway, the dog disappeared again. And then it came back to him, barking and barking, inviting the man to follow it. And then he finally understood. And then he started to move forward. The moment he walked forward, he was so surprised to see a lady dwarf. He was shaking with fear. He only thought that was a ghost. Anyway, the lady was, inviting them, come. And then there they came. And they came to this
dwarf's
entrance over here. And then they were going down. It was so very, very dark in the beginning. But that darkness went away. The man was so surprised to see the village, another world down there. It was a village of dwarves, and the dwarves were gathering around, greeting this man. And the man was so, he was very welcomed by the hospitality of these dwarves, of the dwarves. There was a feast for him, and then after their feast, he was presented with a lot of gifts, like a fine woven mat was presented, and a huge pig was presented to him. When it was about time for the man to go, they make him promise not to tell anybody. And then they left. They had their last embrace. He was so surprised when he got home. Everything that was presented to him, they were already there, brought by the magic spirit of these tools. And that's a story.
Wow, how intriguing. Well, shall we get started? Have we got our safety gears on, our torches, lights? Okay, Seti, you lead the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Don't push me.
Oh, that's a steep entrance.
Oh, it is very.
A dwarf entrance for very small dwarfs.
Over there, they're just like tables and birds, you know, tables for them. You know, the people of the village, they say that they used to have their meals around here or their meeting places. Yeah. Look at the water, it's very crystal clear.
Is it always like this in here?
Oh, yes, yes.
The trail up Mount Matavanu started with a bumpy 40-minute drive from the main road to the walking track. The access road is rough and steep and only suitable for a four-wheel drive. We parked at the designated car park and took a brief hike for roughly 15 minutes to the edge of the crater.
Are we there yet, Seti?
Oh, well, anyway, it's very fulfilling. We're here now. Mount Matavanu, the crater.
Oh, wow. Wow, this is truly breathtaking, Seti.
Oh, it is beautiful and very rewarding to be here.
Just feel that fresh air.
It's about half a mile, the circumference, and 200 feet the drop.
Wow, that's interesting.
Oh, wow, it's very great to be here, Devi.
So Seti, that hike up Mount Matavanu crater is definitely worth it. What a stunning sight. Are there any snorkeling places around here? I do feel like a snorkel. Or perhaps a dive.
Well, maybe we have dive safari. The only belly dive in the whole safari.
Wow.
Well, Neve, I think we feel blessed that we are here at the moment. Just like a holy place to me, being here in the village of Sorry.
So what is this beautiful monument here?
Anyway, this monument is to commemorate the translation of the English Bible into the Samoan language.
Right.
The translation was done by the white missionaries who had learned the language by heart with the help of orators selected from various parts of the island who were gathering over here for this very difficult task.
And what year was this?
It began in 1839 to 1860. It took 21 years to do these Bible translations.
Wow, what a task.
It is. It's a difficult task for the people who are doing it.
Well, it's truly a blessing to be here, Seti. That Bible is definitely bigger than the one I read every single day, 3 times a day, believe it or not.
Is that so?
Quite more infamous ni lau kala.
Hey, Lava, you're such a sweet lady.
Yeah, from Ele Aule Leo Tongala Auna Tatua Fianga. So tell me, Seti, which village are we in now?
I never a long time sa aula pa ay o information center la malako kalin toilet la if I'm like to malava I miss it to visit.
That's good to know.
Remember the Mount Matavanu that we went to?
Yes, yes.
This is the whole devastations from the eruption.
Wow.
In 1905 to 1911. It brought a lot of fear to the people.
I can imagine.
Around this area.
Yeah. So what's in the back here, Seti?
Oh, when you get there, you will see one of the churches. That's what's ruined in the eruption.
You know, Seti, I'm amazed at how this Falisa withstood the molten lava flow in that time. Was it simply because of its strong structure or something else?
Oh, it's all about that. And you know, the Samoans, we all believe in God and they think they have the supernatural to do all of these. That's how, you know, God really helped everyone at that particular time.
Yes.
We're blessed.
I think I like to believe that as well. I've been told that you can't come to the Saleaula lava field without seeing the infamous Regin's grave.
That's very true. Have you heard of the story?
No.
Well,
Could
I'm
you
so
mind?
happy to read it to you. Well, anyway, this is the Virgin's grave. Her name was Setatia, the daughter of the highest chief in the village. She was a nun, and she's a girl of integrity, taking the mysteries to teach literacy within the village people, helping those old people out in the villages. Oh man, she did so much for the people around here. Anyway, she died of tuberculosis, and she was buried over here with a lot of other graves around. But when the lava erupted, it covered all the graves, but never this grave. And we believe she was one of the saints in this occurrence over here.
Wow, significant history behind
Good
this site here.
moms.
So I suppose we've come to the end of the road, Rasiti.
Oh yes, no. Everyone gets a look. It's a project by the Tourism Authority. Anyway, used to be the two pools around here. They were used by the village people for their fresh water to drink. But anyway, we have a lot of good water supply up here.
This is
No water from
definitely
here.
beautiful.
After visiting the Mount Matavanu earlier and seeing for ourselves the source of this historic place, it is overwhelming to comprehend the devastation caused by the Mount Matavanu volcanic eruption, and even more so the great distance the lava traveled, which destroyed villages in its path. Although the Saleaula village has begun to repopulate and vegetation slowly flourishing again, it is hard not to be impressed by this extraordinary display of Samoa's most recent volcanic activity.
So what is here, Seti?
Well, anyway, this is the village ecotourism project, focusing on the mangroves area around here and the fresh river pool.
Wow, well, I see a canoe there. Is that meant for us? Makwalile,
Okay.
Out.
pools are a must when you're in the Big Island. Not only it is perfect for swimming, but offers canoe tours in the beautiful, quiet, and pristine freshwater pools enclosed in the Asanga Mangrove Reserve. Paddling peacefully through a winding mangrove maze was a wonderful experience, thanks to our knowledgeable village guide. The calm conditions of the freshwater pools furthermore provided a pleasant excursion as we journeyed through this fascinating reserve, all the while learning and appreciating the importance of coastal ecosystems.
And it's going to be the final spot as well of the highlight of our Tafonga in Hawaii.
Well, it looks like you saved the best for last.
Well, anyway, this monument is to commemorate the arrival of Christianity onto the shores of Samoa, a Christian country.
And when was this?
That was in 1830, Eve. Thank you.
Wow, well, I as a Samoan am beyond grateful that I am standing on a revered site, birthplace of Christianity for our country.
There couldn't be a more fitting place to conclude this journey than where our Samoan Christian faith originated. A place where our brave ancestors surrendered to God and His Word. A place we will evermore cherish with respect and dignity as we continue to embrace the gospel that has significantly shaped our Samoan culture.
Faftaitele Lavaseti, you have been an amazing tour guide on this part of the island. I have definitely learned and appreciated a lot more about our culture and sites through touring the Sunshine and the Sunrise Coast. Faftaitele Lava.
Appreciate the honor of your presence here in Hawaii.
Thank you.
To see you.
This experience has been nothing short of beautiful. From our God-gifted natural sites to our ancient historic landmarks, right down to the birthplace of Christianity in Samoa. I am truly blessed to have been part of this amazing journey. E mamoliatul faftaitele ila umaimo mai Samoa. Ile tatou por kalamele nei o tafaonga, sila mamai moa ile lalele o Samoa. O se anganga faftai foi ia tatou taiala, nafsosoani malangolango sua ile nei por kalame. Ma o se ava noa lelei foi, e una ia mafata wai, le ala manuia o tangata tafafao mai moa, e avea mga luenga ile lumanai. I am Neva Gidlow of the Savai'i Samoa Tourism Association, and this is Tafaonga. Experience our beautiful Samoa. Tofa Soifua.
So we are here now at Mulinu, an iconic site of our history of sorry.
Action. Go.
Hi. I noticed you're not wearing any shoes.
Who needs shoes with a track this good?
I know.
You know, it's
Yeah, you give them all back though.
Action. So where we're heading next, bro?
Going to America. I'm just kidding.
So is this our last stop?
This is our last stop.
Yo.
Back and forth. Back. Yep.
And fifth. Back and fifth.
When you going?
Go. I'm ready to go. Go.
What are you doing, though?
You said stretch.
You're doing it the wrong way. You're supposed to do like.
Action. Joe, we're here in Lalotalia. Sorry. Okay, Joe, we are here in Lalotalia river hiking. All right. Let's go and see Joe. Market, so let's go and check it and meet the boss. Drinking coconut.
Oh!
Okay, though.
Don't do.
Yeah, but actually they produced many Samoa players in Motu Matu and also Longavi'i Molipola. Molipola.
Longavi'i Molipola.
Longavi'i Molipola. Longavi'i Molipola. Ole Tawai. No.
Telephone.
Telephone all the way. No. Telephone all the way. No.
So this is the food supply for Apolima, and all you do is you just take the banana, twist it. Yeah.
Big island of Hawaii. Sorry,
Let's go again, let's go again.
And this is Tafaonga. Experience our beautiful Samoa.
Wow.
Thank you.
Now you
It's
see?
an any dress.
No. So, shall we go?
Look at this Blake. Oh, let's go. Yeah, just relaxing. Before we're still driving, trying to get to the mountain because you gotta go inland to get to the mountain, to the base of the mountain, and catch up on some sleep. And look at that! Look at that! Look at that! It's amazing.